Hey there, and no mai, haere mai, and welcome back to Men's Journeys. So, at the moment in New Zealand, it is June, so it's winter. So I haven't really planned to go on any big road trip yet. Although the days are beautiful, like this day, um, but the nights can be really chilly in the early mornings, and we can get some pretty heavy rain during this period, so I'm not sure whether I'd go out or not yet. I have been out on the road since 2020. I've been doing my road trips. So this video is about just taking the time to think, before you go out on your next roadie. Because when you're out there on the road or camping, wherever you may be, and you may be a freedom camper, you may do wild camping, or you may go to a camping ground. I suppose all these things will apply even if you go to a campground. But they really will apply if you're a freedom camper or a wild camper. Because when you go out on the road, it's really good to be prepared for any what if or any eventuality. Um, I found that out since I've been out on the road. And every time you go out, you learn something and you come back and you make the changes you need to make. And I've made a lot of changes on what I take out with me when I'm going out on a road trip. So the first really important thing I think is important to take out, especially for my kind of van, because vans and I think RVs also can go flat. The battery runs flat. Maybe not everybody's, but it's some particular vans, if been left standing for a long time, the batteries can go flat. And it's just part of how the vans are. It's how they're made. So one of the things that I really am so glad that I purchased was this, a Power Tech. Um, this is a power pack, and you charge it up with this. You can either put it in your computer, or it's got another attachment whereby you can charge it through the 12-volt cigarette lighter. So I'll just get the rest of it here. It comes in a pack like this, and it has everything in it. In it, it's got these little plugs that you put onto your battery, and you just plug everything in, and then you start your engine, and the battery is charged straight away. And I've found that I've used this quite a few times, because if my van is standing still for 3 days, and because it's electric, um, everything is powered off the electric, except for the fuel. Um, the doors, the windows, the heater, the seats, everything is powered off the electrics. When it's been sitting there for a while with the doors open, that can run the charge down. So to have a little power pack like that is perfect. And it's just something good to have with you, and then you don't have to keep calling AA. So that's one of the things that I have. And also these can charge up. This is what comes with it. You can charge up your iPod, your iPad, your phone, your lights, anything because of these. So this is a very good. I mean, in some places they sell the big, heavy, cumbersome chargers, but that little power pack power check power station is way better, and if you're a woman it's way better because it's so easy to lift and handle and connect up and everything. And I will show you in one of my insets how it works. The other, as you can hear, my battery's flat, so that's because the van has been standing for a little bit. So I'm just going to show you how I charge it up. I have to... Okay, so I'm going to use the power pack to charge up the battery, and as you notice it's on 100, so it's powered up fully, 100, and that's the best that you can have it. Like 100 is the best, so every time you use it you recharge it straight away. So show that. So what I'm going to do is we've got these. Show this please. And I put these into here. Okay, so that's, and then I'm not sure whether that's the right bit. Yeah, no. I'm just going to go and start it up. Started up, and so you just take these very carefully off, and that's it. She's a goer. She's used that much power. 42 it's used. Was it 32? 32, So now it's gone down like that. You've got to recharge it again straight away. That's what I'll do. So now I'll put these away in the little pack, and yeah, that's how it works. The other, number two, the other thing that I would say that you need to have when you're going out there on the road is a power cord that matches the power hookups that are at different camping spots. So, and I'll show you that here. And so it's the power cord that you have to have. It's in a little bit of a state, but when you go to the campgrounds or any camping spots that have power hookups, you should have a power cord like this. What's it called? And you can buy these in most hardware stores. I got this at Bunnings. Bunnings, Mitre 10, places like that. So this goes into the power hookup at the camping spot, and then this, you can plug all of your gears into this. So it's really important to have a cord like this. It's got your reset button and your tester. That's just to make sure that it's actually working. So this is really a kind of a compulsory thing to have in your rig. Whether it's a big RV, a car, or just a van, a camper van. And it's quite long. It has to be about 20 metres so that it can plug into whatever the power hookup is and then into your vehicle. So yeah, there's that, the power hookup cord.
Yeah.
And so with that, sometimes it's just good to run off all your things that need power off the available power sites that are there. And in most campsites, in most camping grounds, there's always powered sites and non-powered sites. So if you're on a powered site, it's just good to power up all your gear while you're in the campground. In some of the freedom camping spots, you will find some power hookups as well. Not many, but there are a few around. One couple that I've come across is Te Kowhata, that freedom camping spot. You pay a small fee, but it's $5, it's nearly free. And the other one I came across was National Park, which is, it's a Kiwi camp, campground or parking spot. So they have a small charge as well, but it's great. So if you need to have a cord with a specific attachment so that it can fit into the power outlet that's there. So I will show you that here. And the third thing that I think is most important, and very important, because you just don't know what's going to happen. And if you're out there on the road, it's quite good to have this already prepared. And so I've got a special place in my van for my first aid kit. And in my first aid kit, I have pretty much everything in there. So here we're sitting in the van now, and the van is purring along because it's just getting charged. It's charging itself. But this is my, where I have my first aid kit. So I have everything here. If you'd like to bring the camera in, I've got, now the biggest threat, I guess, the biggest pain in the neck really is mosquitoes, especially in the South Island and especially around really bushy, wet areas. You get a terrible plague of mosquitoes and sandflies and midges. So I get this, I've got this Vaseline, sunscreen, and bug repellent. Can you hold this a little bit? Band-aids, and I even have Lemsip, and I even have antihistamine, Panadol, scissors, Lemsip. I've got a sling here. I've got a little bottle of safety pins. And I've even got my saline solution in case I get a cut, get injured. The main injury you have to think about is a fall, bites. Yeah, those are the main injuries, I suppose, that you want to think about that might happen. And a car accident, you don't want to have a car accident. Getting a cold while you're out, feeling sick. Yeah. So these are just things that will keep you in stead until you get to the chemist to buy what you might really need for whatever it is that's happened. But you always have to have a first aid kit within your vehicle, and this is mine. It's a pretty big comprehensive one. I haven't got any like insulated blankets or anything like that, but I do have a lot of woolen blankets on board, and ways of keeping warm. So that's my little first aid area, and I'll just put it in there like that, and that's it. You always got to remember your medications as well. If you have medications, if you're on any medications, you must always remember those and keep them in the same place every time. So those are my 3 things that I think are really important before you go out on your road trip. That's what I wanted to do my video on this time. It's about making your trip an enjoyable trip. Knowing that you're getting out there on the road, all prepared, you've got all your gears, and that's all you need. Just all the stuff you've got in your van. Also, it's about taking stuff not taking things that you don't need. It's only taking stuff that you do need. So, every time I come home, I tend to clean up my van, and then when I go out on another roadie, I only put in my van what I will need. Sometimes I'm only out there for a few days, and sometimes I'm out there for a few weeks. It just depends on what my commitments are for that month. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the video, and don't forget, before you get out there on the road, always have a and also only leave your footprints. Okay, ka kite, ngā mihi.